Hiya guys, welcome back. It's been far too long, hasn't it?
Yeah, we've got quite a bit to catch up with, so we thought we'd do it in bite-sized chunks rather than a whole 2-hour video.
So we are going to jump in with, we went on holiday.
We did go on holiday. I sort of got my own way and we ended up back in Scotland. You know Scotland's my favourite place.
This was Scotland with a difference.
Yeah, it wasn't quite the Scotland that we were used to, was it? So we ended up at a haven site at Ayr. So
I will have to say though, this haven site, if you ever get the chance to go, was absolutely beautiful. We were really surprised with the cottage. Well, it wasn't even a cottage, was it? It was a
apartment. They call it, don't they? Yeah.
And it was cheaper. It was cheaper than a van, and it was brilliant, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's got everything you wanted. The sofas, fridge, a decent fish freezer.
Why don't I roll the footage of the review of the cabin? We've got a kettle, toaster, microwave, an actual full-size fridge freezer. Yeah, massive oven. The extractor fan worked. So you've got a TV in there. You've got these two. That one opens out to a big bed. The TV was a little bit funny, but yeah. It's been really nice for the money. I think the only thing that is really annoying is the fact that the doors, these things, don't stay open. So they just slam shut. And they're really tight that you cannot put it on everyone. So this is our bedroom. So you have a nice big wardrobe bit there. It's door slamming. You've got your own little TV, little vanity area. You've got, that's the other little thing that was a little bit annoying for us, was all the heating or all little storage units on the wall. So there was nowhere to dry your clothes after you've been swimming. Yeah, and then the bed was stripped ready for the people coming to clean the room. And I'll quickly show you another little room. A nice little single room which has your 2 single beds, a bit of a wardrobe there, and another mirror. So yeah, so that was our little cabin.
That was the cabin, yeah, and as you expect from Haven, the entertainment's on every night if you want it. And the swimming pool, we went a couple of times swimming, didn't we?
That swimming pool. That swimming pool was brilliant. The only downfall wasn't. I understand Haven is primarily for families and kids and whatever else. So that the pool did feel a little bit kiddie-ish. Didn't feel very adult, did it? Didn't have a bit you could swim.
And it was very young children, wasn't it? Because obviously we went in school time, so it wasn't like school kids. It was younger kids with all the little armbands on. Yeah, the only thing I'd say about that, they've got 3 decent-sized pools, but they were allowing the little kids that were learning to swim in all 3 pools. What they should have done, I think, was just the very top one, maybe, where the deck chairs were out, was just restricted that to adults only. I thought, so you could have a little swim in that, because I was struggling to swim, because there were just so many people.
I think the only other thing that really, really annoyed me about the swimming pool, and it did annoy me, and I think when we do the review for Haven we will be mentioning it, is they had to close the top pool the first time we gone in, hadn't we, because somebody had been sick or something, which I totally understand, don't get me wrong, I completely understand that. But then they had an activity in the middle pool, so they kicked everybody out the middle pool. So you were left with all these people who would fit into 3 pools trying to squeeze into one. And they closed certain rides down, and it was just it was so disappointing.
Yeah, that was the first time. We'd gone in for the last session, hadn't we? And we enjoyed it, we made the most of it. But yeah, it could have been done a little bit differently. But it's just so busy, isn't it? And it's a popular thing because it's free. It's included in your price.
I was going to say it isn't free because you've got to pay for the passes to be able to go in, so it's not free.
No, it's
you
not
are
free.
paying for it. If you go and stop there, please. If you actually go and stop there and you don't buy the passes, you can't do any of the activities that are on the site. So you can't go to the pubs. You can't go into the entertainment. So you can't go swimming. So so if you are planning on doing that, you have to buy the passes. That was the main reason we purchased the passes. But I will say it was a bargain.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with it, can you? Decent accommodation, you've got your entertainment, you just know that you're going to have a good time. It's safe, it's secure, the security walking around all the time. We didn't see any bother. You know, you got your shops, and it was a big site. Well, it turns out it's the old Butlin site.
It was, and you were literally on the beachfront again, weren't you?
Yeah, it was
amazing
a
again.
really short walk to the beach, not like the one that we went down in Cornwall.
Yes,
at
that one.
Perranporth.
Yeah.
That was a long.
It was pretty flat, apart from getting in and out. So when you drive in, you have to drive down quite a steep hill to get to like the bottom. But once you were actually into the haven, it was all relatively flat, and like the walk was quite flat. It didn't feel overly overly exhaustion-y. I can't think of
No, it was although it's a big site, everything's in the middle, and then all the accommodation spread out.
Yeah,
on the
well,
outs.
they put everything in the middle, and then all the accommodation is around the outside of it. So unlike ones where we've been like Wales, where you have like a mile to walk.
That was Prestatyn, wasn't it?
Yes, where you're at one end and the entertainment's at the other, so you've got to walk the whole way. This was literally just all in a big loop all the way around it, and it was gorgeous.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with haven prices outside of school time. When it's quieter, they do bargains. We've stopped when we had the motorhome, and it was like you can get down to £4 a night.
Yes, but I think the other thing as well is you've got to remember Scotland's holidays are different from ours. So when Scotland were on holiday, obviously we aren't. No. So we can go during school holidays up to Scotland, and I still think £120 for that apartment was a bargain.
Yeah, and not everybody wants to do swimming or go for the entertainment. So you could make it as a base and just drive out every day, which we did. We went out every day.
So on one of the days we decided to have a bit of a road trip, didn't we?
Yeah.
We went around the whole entire coast, all the way up. We visited all the places that we used to visit in the motorhome. So we went back to Largs, didn't we? We had a trip to there. And then, weirdly enough, we just happened to end up at Port Glasgow. I don't know why.
Well, we ended up at Port Glasgow because we wanted to buy the lads a decent takeaway.
Yeah.
Because they're good eaters, aren't they? Same as us. And we know that when we had takeaway before, it lasted us 2 days. I mean, they're so big, so enormous. So yeah, we went in and got served pretty well. We went in at 5 o'clock as soon as they opened. Let's be fair about it. That's why there was no queue.
Yeah, I know. But don't tell anybody. Shh, it's our secret. So yeah, so we did it. It was a beautiful day as well, wasn't it? And we had a really nice drive around. Yeah, it was just a nice, cheap holiday, wasn't it? And I think you can do. I think it's nice to go abroad, and I know it's nice to spend a lot of money on holidays. But when there's just the four of you, and you just want a cheap couple of days away, because that's all we wanted. We just wanted a break from all this.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't do much sightseeing, but it's just to get away and do something different. We did go to the castle though.
We did.
How stunning was this castle, Stuart?
Absolutely beautiful. Let's roll the footage. Where we are?
We're at a ruined castle called Greenan Castle, just by where we're staying. But seen
better days, hasn't it?
Yeah.
See how brave I dare get before Andrew goes, Stuart, come away from the edge. So unfortunately, there was an entrance here, but they've blocked it up because obviously, but it's literally like it's literally right on the edge. I've got some footage of underneath, but look at the views. How beautiful is this? Yeah, we miss Scotland. Give us a wave. Yeah, see, so we're there. We have to talk about something. So the castle, absolutely gorgeous. You couldn't get anywhere near it. It was a pain in the bum to actually walk up to. You had to walk through. It was just a nightmare.
Overgrown.
But that wasn't the worst bit. That castle was, at least it was nice and pretty. Andrew decided this one day though to make us walk all the way out to a lighthouse.
In the wind.
It was absolutely horrendous. It really was. It was raining. It was cold. We were getting hit by sand.
Oh, it was terrible. We got sandblasters. Well, you remember we were in Wales. I know we're reminiscing again.
We are.
We were in South Wales, and we found the lighthouse that we used in one of Jodie Whittaker's episodes, didn't we? And we said, "Oh, let's walk." And the sun was going down. And he said, "Oh, it's not that far. Look, you can see it." And the further we walked, the further it seemed to get away, didn't it?
We will link this video because that video was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, this was kind of the opposite, wasn't it? As we got closer to it, it got smaller and smaller and smaller,
ridiculous.
and we finally got to it, and it was like
I could have touched the top. It was that small.
it was tiny, wasn't it? So yeah, that was fun.
But it was just a nice holiday. We played games, we went swimming, we went out each night and got dressed up, didn't we? And it was just nice. And I also forgot to mention, just before anybody starts to panic, the apartments are dog friendly. So the Pixie and Luna came with us. They had an absolute blast, didn't they?
Oh, they loved it, didn't they? They were out we wore them out every morning,
Yes.
didn't we? So we took them out every morning for a good walk, so that we could then go out and do shopping and things. Because they're tiny dogs. I don't like taking them out when it's busy and
Not for
people are out
shopping.
shopping.
But when we went up to the castle, we took them out to the castle with us. When we took them out,
Yes.
so everywhere that we went, that was like an ordinary day. Like when we took them out for the day, they came with us.
They were absolutely. But they were perfectly safe in the apartment, weren't they?
Yes,
And they kind of got settled
lovely.
straight away. They didn't panic or anything like that.
No, it was just
I
a
think
nice
they were that
little
tired.
holiday.
So yeah, they are dog friendly, which I was impressed with.
Yeah, so if you're ever thinking about a holiday up to Scotland, have a look at the Haven at Ayr.
Yeah.
Because I would honestly recommend it. I haven't heard many good things about it, but I personally think it was really, really good for the money.
Yeah, I enjoyed the holiday. I thought it was good. I thought it was good value, and I thought there's plenty there to do, plenty to eat, plenty to drink, as usual. So yeah, give it a go. The other thing that happened while we were in Port Glasgow, I managed to get some footage of the docks, and it was an important thing for me because I'm doing the video on my granddads who both served in the war and did different things. So I'm doing a little bit of documentary.
I think it's going to be more of a film. I think we're going to have to start applying for grants from the lottery and anything else because we're now travelling further and further field. Andrew's even starting to buy coins.
Yeah, it's become
loving this.
It's not become obsessive, but it's become. I found something that I'm interested in.
It's a passion, isn't
It's
it?
not, I wouldn't even call it a passion. I've just found it very, very interesting. But yeah, it did give us an opportunity, or gave me an opportunity, because I knew that my granddad's Sam ship was built. HMS Chiddingfold was built in Port Glasgow. I couldn't find out exactly where, but I have now. And we parked up right next to the refitting bay, so it was great to get some up-to-date footage, which will go at the end of this video that I'm doing, which I think is going to be out in August now for VJ Day.
This is one of them things where it's something he's enjoying making. He didn't ever wanted to rush it because originally we were trying to get it out for VE Day, weren't we? And
Yes.
it was just going to be a rush job otherwise.
It
And
was
now
gonna
you're
be-
really, really enjoying doing it.
It was going to be a very quick video just to point out people in different wars, but it's become. I've found out so much, and for me it's fascinating to follow the journeys of two men from the same town, one going into the Navy, one going into the Army, and the two different wars that they fought, and then coming together at the end. And it was, it's become, for me it's fascinating, and I hope that when we put this film out, it will be a film.
I know.
People are the same, but it's going to be about Hucknall because there were local people to Hucknall, so that's interesting for local people as well there. So yeah, it was a great opportunity for me.
I think we'll have a premiere. I think we'll actually make it. We're going to do, if you're going to make a thing, I think we'll do it properly. We'll have a premiere and people can watch it a bit earlier if you remember.
What I need to do is get hold of the Byron Cinema and have a premiere in Hucknall at the Byron. So if Byron Cinema, if you're watching this, let us have your venue for an hour or two so we can.
See if I wonder if they do private parties. I wonder if we can hire a little.
It's about two Hucknall men, and we mentioned lots of venues in Hucknall, so you never know. We might get a premiere at the Byron Cinema.
That would be brilliant.
Wouldn't it
So
just?
yeah, all of our friends, get them tagged, get them messaged, get them to actually see the video and see if they'll actually let us see if they can borrow it for a premiere one night.
So
That would be brilliant.
Yeah, it would, wouldn't it?
Go
do
get
like
all
a
dressed
VIP,
up.
get dressed up and
Invite
do
all of our
all the family and
subscribers.
things. Yeah, that would be good. Yeah, we'll see.
So
Anyway,
yes, so stay tuned for that one.
that was our holiday to Scotland.
It was, and thank you once again to our members who support the channel, and thank you to all of you because we wouldn't be here without yous.
Thanks to our members, thanks to all our subscribers. The subscribers are keeping, they're going upwards. We thought they might drop a little bit, but it's going up, so thank you for subscribing.
Thank you once again. Can I just ask you all to do one quick favour? Hit that bell. Select all notifications. It honestly helps us out. Leave a comment. Just just put just put a kiss, just put anything, but just leave us a comment, and don't forget to hit that like button. And if you're not a subscriber, why not? It doesn't cost anything, it's free.
Absolutely.
And it was my birthday. That became my birthday gift, as being a subscriber, hitting the like, hitting the share, doing all that jazz.
And that brings us to the end of the video. Not because we run out of content, but Andrew is now burning in the sun.
It is getting
and my
hotter,
head
hotter.
is getting sick. So thanks for being with us. We'll catch you very soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Stuart and Andy. VanLife, the universe, and everything.